I think what makes Kisco Senior Living so special is the way we take care of our residents, the way we take care of our family members, and the way we care for our associates. It's really, we value everyone who's a part of our communities at all different levels, and so it makes it a really special place to work and a really unique organization to be a part of.
I would say the hardest part for me was having her so far away and knowing, she's the most important person in my life, and worried about her. And that was by far the thing that had me not sleeping at night, was mostly worried about her. She's been here a while, so I know a lot of the other residents too, because we were dining together and I know her neighbors, and so I felt like a part of the community too. That was probably the most comforting thing, was to know the people that are looking out after her. She moved in July, and so, because I'm her eyes, but also just to be able to hang out together means everything. So this has been, I'm so thankful she's here.
We have realized that our customers are pretty diverse and their expectations are also pretty diverse. Our residents are really expecting much more on the emotional side of how we communicate and how we deliver services. In sharp contrast, our adult children are really interested in knowing the nuts and bolts about how we're operating and making decisions tactically. So marrying them both has been a challenge, but I think using the technology that we have and our communication mediums, we've been really able to kind of marry those two really successfully, to the point where there's a lot of unity and synergy around when we communicate and everybody being on the same page.
This isn't just selling a product or a machine, but we're talking about people's lives, their feelings, and really what their next best life is going to look like. And so if I can be a part of helping people sort of choose their path for their next best life, that's a privilege and that's an honor.
The other side of that coin is the 5-star service, where I think many communities forget about because they're so focused on safety and security. And I think that's a pretty important caveat, because you can't focus solely on safety and security and forget about the 5-star service. We have the ability to continue providing high-quality meals that are delicious by chefs who are trained to do that. We have the ability to make sure residents are continuing to be engaged, even during a global pandemic. So when we are asking them, hey look, to stay in the community and be safe, we haven't forgot that it's important to keep them both emotionally and physically and spiritually engaged. And so we call that the art of living well. But that's a significant differentiator that I believe that Kisco Confidence and 5-star service all kind of speak to.
My biggest concern was isolation. And my mom has always had my dad. She loves to travel. She loves to be social. She likes cocktail hour. And I was really worried about what was going to happen in a close community. I have said to her on multiple occasions, you can come live with us. And she says, you know what? I feel safer here than I would at your house. I mean, what else can I say? I just feel like I'm just much safer here. They take her blood, they come to her room, the pharmacy delivers all of her medication. The food menu's ridiculous. I mean, I wanted to get her last night Capitol Grill. And she read me what her dinner was, and she's like, I think I'm good.
So in our case, in Kisco Senior Living's case, we have the ability to use technology to facilitate telehealth visits. So residents who don't have the ability or don't want to leave the community to visit a primary care physician or a specialist for that matter, in an environment where the prevalence of COVID is dangerous, they can do that here on site, which I think is incredible.
There is no place like this. They pay attention to all the facets, the social, emotional, spiritual, all of that stuff that we're supposed to be doing.
I felt like while this has been going on, these people are like family members to her. I knew I had boots on the ground here looking after her and taking care of her. And like I said, my heart goes out to people that are in more restrictive environments, because I just think it's so important to stay connected. You've got to through this.
The fact that our residents have the ability, if they feel comfortable, to exercise outside, have the ability to leave their apartment and socially engage in a safe manner with other residents, has been incredible. So here, again, going back to the fact that we have the ability to really test residents in a very thoughtful way, allows them the peace of mind to leave their apartments and do so safely on our grounds. So we have beautiful grounds in many of our Kisco communities where they can do that safely, and we've incorporated certain protocols to allow that to happen. So it's been a huge value add to our residents here who have the ability to do that.
I just felt very comfortable. I was very worried about the isolation factor. They were always one step ahead. Because at the end of the day, it's about their mental state, and that is all I care about, is that she does not feel isolated, and that, being lonely, it's tough.
I think now is the perfect time because we have the ability and the resources to support people at all different stages of life. And so now is the perfect time to move into one of our communities. That's the promise of Kisco Confidence, the essence of peace of mind.